What is the value you attach to observation?
Well, I consider observation to be a very useful tool and method to understand groups of people, communities, in general masses of people, and it can be useful for me because uh, when I observe, I can understand the behavior, the things that the group of people like. For example, a group in school, a group in the sport that I'm playing. So if I understand them, um understand the behavior, the things that they like, the things that they do, I can get better along with them, and that can be very useful sometimes. So yes, observation is something that I value and use because it can be very useful for groups of people, not so much for individuals, I think, but for groups of people in general, I think that it can be very useful.
How comfortable are you observing the world around you? Identify a time you were comfortable or uncomfortable watching your surroundings.
Well, um, I can see that one time that I was comfortable watching my surroundings. And something that I like to observe is for example, when I go to travel, for example, I will put Paris is I like to go to the monuments and sites of interest, but something that I enjoy the most is to observe the while I'm walking to observe the daily life of the people in Paris. What do they do? What is like to be in Paris? And uh, what is the daily life of the people that is there? What uh, do they do? How do they act? Is something that I like very much to travel and to understand by observing what is to be in the daily life of the place that I go. Well, something uncomfortable, maybe when I'm in hospitals or surrounded by people with serious illnesses, and that type of environment made me feel uncomfortable, and it like makes me feel depressed or down, and that I don't like that sensation. Especially in hospitals with people with serious like illnesses, something like that. That sometimes makes me feel uncomfortable because it transmits me a bad feeling, and normally everyone wants to avoid that.
What conclusions can you draw on the power of observation?
Well, I think that, as I said before, I think that for understanding big groups of people, masses of people, it can be a very powerful tool, and because you can understand the pattern of the people that behave in certain way, that act in certain way, that like some things in general, like the group, how in collective does it, how does it works in collective. But I think that in individual, if you want to understand something just by someone, just by observing them, that may fail sometimes because you may watch, for example, a neighbor every day, and it may give you an impression that when you get to hear something else that he or she might do, it turns out to be something um, something unexpected, because appearances may mislead us. But I think that if you want to do it in a group of people, it may be more effective, because those patterns of behavior, acting, or thinking may repeat among the community. So I think that it may be very powerful for marketing, for people working in marketing, maybe governments or societies that, or groups that may want to control or manipulate, like in politics, that may want to persuade someone to get better results in elections. It may be observation and observe the mass of uh, people, maybe a powerful tool to understand them, to understand what they like, what they dislike, and in what that way you can manipulate or do something. So it is very important, very powerful tool.
You include more observation in your everyday experience. Provide a list of actions you will carry out to incorporate observation into your daily life.
Introduce observation more in my life by uh, I have to work many times in groups, and I think that that tendency may not reduce. I think that it will increase with time. Maybe when I will be in university or when I'm out in working. So working in group is very important, and to work in a group and to understand the people that will be around you, working with you. In any case, in school, university, working, you may observe them and find patterns across their behavior and ideas and the things that they like. So, in that way, you will engage better with them, and the teamwork will be better. That's one way I can introduce more observation into my life in a useful way. So, a list of actions that I could include to, or that I could perform to do observation could be like, I'm surrounded by a group of people. First, the first impression that they give physically, just the physical first impression, may be misleading sometimes, but it gives you a first taste of what this person may be like, and then the way that they treat others may give you another clue what they are like. Then uh, see how they express themselves, their ideas, their point of views, and what their point of views are. Uh, but first, how do they express it? Like, if they are really convinced, or do they just speak because it's what the others expect them to say? And these steps or things that I could do to introduce more observation in my life, to understand better and comprehend groups of people, because some patterns will repeat themselves of the behavior of some people, and in that way you can understand them better. That's all.